Hey guys, it's Tips Tuesday. Mason and Shane here, Team Severson. Here we are, coming at you live from our little studio here in Littleton, Colorado. So today we want to talk about these discount brokerages.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, I keep hearing these ads, I keep seeing billboards, sell your home for 1%, it's your equity, why would you pay 6%? And then I'm sitting there thinking, well, shoot, I'm going to be out of a job here pretty quick.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm being a little dramatic, but I'd say we talk about it. I think, these, for example, like we were kind of running numbers yesterday, you could sell your $500,000 home for 1%, basically a fee of $5,000, or pay your average broker 6%, which is $30K. So you're saving about $25,000 listing your home.
It's a big number.
Totally, and it's super, super appealing. Very attractive, in what they're marketing to people. But let's kind of break it down a little bit. Let's talk about it. It's very appealing. There's some value in that. But what about using your regular old agent like us? What kind of value do we bring? And then what are some downfalls to using a discount brokerage?
Yeah. So, for everybody listening out there, it is very appealing. It is.
Totally.
And I'm simply not going to sit here and tell you that you need to hire me and pay me an extra $25,000. It is your equity, and you should gain it. I am 100% on board with the billboards, the advertising. It is your money. You should keep every penny of that money.
Right.
I think this topic has two things that is very important for us as agents to understand, and I train the team and legacy agents all the time, and I talk about this, but it's also very important for everybody out there listening to understand. This concept is going to grow, it's not going to shrink.
Right.
These companies are not going away, they're going to grow, it's going to become the majority of the real estate business. So a lot of people will say, they'll go away because it doesn't work. It does work, and they're selling tons and tons of homes.
Right.
The second thing I would say is that is our competition, and it's one of the greatest pet peeves, one of the greatest things that makes me more upset than anything else, because I love you guys. I want to bring you the best service we can and offer you the most money back in return. And with that being said, these companies really are taking your money, not offering it. And I know that doesn't make sense. So let me break down a few numbers for you. The numbers that you ran from one of the companies yesterday was $500,000 they'll sell for 1%. That's what they advertise. We'll sell for 1%. Don't hire Shane. He's going to charge you 6%. We'll sell it for 1%. What they don't disclose until you get into it are a couple things. One is you still have to pay the other agent, which is call it 3%. So on a 6% transaction, you're paying half of that to the buyer's agent. Well, it's very convenient for them to say, we're only charging you 1%, and Shane's charging you 6%. Well, I'm not charging anybody 6%, right? You still have to pay the other 3%. So there is $15,000 of that money right off the top that they didn't tell you. The other thing that we've run a lot of these companies, they're generated off of volume. It's not a personal service. I don't sell 10,000 homes a month. They do. And so when it's run on volume, we could talk service, we could talk all of that. I'll end maybe with some of that. But the idea is generated values right now are huge. When you're running volume, you can find a Zillow estimate, you can find all of these real AVMs on what your house is worth. And we've run a lot of these recently.
It's a difference of $40,000,
right?
Or something. It's
it
crazy.
Really is. So when they come in with a generated value and tell you, that your house is worth, we would tell you it's worth 500. They're telling you it's worth 470, 475.
Right,
There's another 20, 25,000 right off the top because you don't have someone taking care of you. So these are real numbers, and I see clients every day do this, and it's like I could have made you an extra $50,000. So you've got the other 3% they don't tell you about. There's 15 grand. You've got the 30,000 in value that they convince you your house is worth less. And what's interesting about these companies, Mason, and we talk about this, is condition. They will hammer you an inspection with condition.
Right.
What I say is today, your condition doesn't even hardly matter because there's 2 homes on the market. So you have bad carpet. Somebody's going to come in and say, I don't care, I just want a house. But not these companies. If they're going to buy your house, they're going to hit you for condition of another $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. So in essence, that's 15 plus 30 plus 10. That is, what are we looking at? $55,000 that they don't tell you about, because they're going to save you 25. In essence, they're costing you 25. Right?
Yeah.
Here's the best way I can sum this up. You get what you pay for.
Totally.
How many times have you gone to a new service provider on your cell phone only to find out their service sucks and it doesn't even work? True story, I paid $1,000, $1,000 to get my old cell phone service back because the other one simply didn't work. Right?
Yeah, it happens.
And that's what happens. And how many times have you been sold on new phones, new internet, new everything else, and it saves you a ton of money only to find out, it's great, but it doesn't work. These companies, honestly, they work, but they're going to cost you a lot of money. If you want top dollar for your house, you need to give someone, us or your agent, whoever that may be, you need to give them a call. If you call me and those companies make sense for your service, we will go to these companies and have them buy your house. But most of the time, 99.9% of the time, they don't make sense. They don't answer their calls. You get multiple offers. I mean, it's so frustrating trying to even submit offers to these companies because they don't even respond, and that alone loses lots of money. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Don't do it. It doesn't make sense, but it sure sounds really good.
And if you're convinced that we're wrong, reach out to us. Let's talk about it.
I would love to break numbers down.
If you have questions, comments, anything like that, we'd love to talk more. Whether it's us or another agent out there, there's tons of value in working with someone that's going to provide direct service to you and take their time. You can be losing a ton of money by going this route and gaining a lot of money through working with an agent. So cool. Reach out.
God bless.
Talk about it. Thanks. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.